Rebellion ofrece servicios para cubrir las necesidades de banca retail o de banca de consumo de cualquier cliente en su día a día.
How are you doing, Mantas?
Hi Gene, hi Sergio. Doing good, how are you guys?
How are things in Lithuania?
Nosotros tomamos la decisión de irnos a Lituania porque cuando nacimos siempre teníamos muy presente que queríamos tener un alcance internacional. Y cuando estuvimos viendo qué países iban más acordes con nuestro modelo de negocio y con lo que queríamos hacer, pues descubrimos que Lituania se ha convertido en un hub fintech tecnológico de carácter mundial, también favorecido por el Brexit. Hay que destacar que en Lituania es el país de la Unión Europea con más fintechs per cápita y el cuarto del mundo.
Anyway, thank you. That's all from my side, and hope to speak to you soon. Thank you. Bye. I think Lithuania was at the right place at the right time. Lithuania was undergoing this change into becoming a fintech place to be, and Brexit, well, it just made everything happen faster. It made it accelerate. In Lithuania, we have several fintech hubs or associations. One of it is Fintech Hub Lithuania. In this situation, well, everybody is very close to each other. We really try to help it out. It's true that, being a fintech place, we have a lot of competitors here. Well, the Revolut is here, Curve is here, but at the same time, everybody is trying to do their best in complying with the local laws and local regulations. And these hubs, these centers, really help out building the compliance part of the companies.
And talking about the contribution to country's economy of the fintech sector, so for the time being, sector employs around 4,000 people, and the companies expect this number to grow by at least 1,000 people by the end of this year. We screen investments coming to Lithuania and investments coming to a number of sectors. I mean those strategic sectors for transport, energy, but also IT sector is also included. So the financial technology companies, whenever they want to invest in or to settle up their presence in Lithuania, they need to go through this investment screening procedure. And our procedure is really robust and quite strict.
Five years ago, it was 80% of transactions conducted in cash. And we wanted to move the society into a more digital, more innovative space. And that was shared across consumers, across the companies, and the government itself. And because the supervisor, regulator, the government had this strategy of welcoming entry, reducing the barriers to entry into the financial system, that was probably the most attracting point for companies looking for home. Just to give you a counterexample, there are quite a few European countries where they are solving the issue of overbanked financial system. With thousands of banks which are suffering from low performance and they're looking for consolidation. So if you approach these countries and you propose to them that, I'm looking for new type of a business model, that I'm trying to enter your financial system, it really doesn't resonate. Whereas in Lithuania, it really fit the purpose of the country. We wanted that. There's a possibility that we might be crossing the red line sometimes with fintech sector.
Yeah.
But having said that, it would also enable us to withstand global competitive pressure, because other countries are not sometimes crossing the red line, they are behind the red line. And they are creating insights in the human behavior, economic agents interacting with each other, and those insights can be used against us. So that's the price we have to pay sometimes.
Our focus is online businesses.
And see the atmosphere.
A couple of key industries, key business verticals that we focus on right now is one is online gaming. It is considered a high-risk industry by default, but the way I see this business, it's a business of controlling risk, right? The second key business vertical that we focus on is other financial institutions. Reputation is very important. So what is the work of all of us in this industry in Lithuania is to protect the reputation of Lithuania, of the Lithuanian financial sector, and ensure that it's solid, legit, and only in that case can we grow even further. Only in that case, you know, the companies, the fintechs that are established here can go really global, right?
So we started a first marketplace lending company called Savi in 2014. So the experience we had with central bank was that we launched in the unregulated market with an unregulated product, but working with lending. So it means that typically you would expect us to follow a lot of regulation. So I think in other countries, naturally, what central bank would do, they would just close you down. And what we saw is that, I mean, we anticipated a little bit different approach, but we still received a letter from central bank saying, guys, you're doing this, and please close it down. But what I think shows about our central bank that they are really open to ideas is that from this letter, it took only 6 months for the central bank to draft a new law of peer-to-peer lending. And they allowed us to operate. The focus for a couple of years more, it's you know, building the really well ecosystem, focused on compliance and focused on money laundering, anti-money laundering.
Society should pay real price for services, you know, not too expensive, you know, not too high price, you know. So and that means democratization, you know. And then we thought perhaps it would be good, you know, to think about state-level strategy, you know, for fintech industry, you know. And of course, first 3 years were very intensive years. Of course, the main thing at that time was marketing, you know. All financial systems in the world, first of all, are related with some risks. And what comes into my mind, you know, is money laundering, you know, and other similar things like cybersecurity. You know. One of the advantages of Lithuania is that payment institutions and electronic money institutions, they can connect directly to the central bank's payment system. Usually in Europe, you can't connect directly. You have to use commercial bank for that. For possibility to reach the payment system, you know. In our case, we decided to give for the companies the direct participation in Lithuania's payment system, and I think it helps a lot in let's say competition, you know. And of course, in such case, you have to take in mind all possible risks, you know. You really need to become Europe as single market for financial sector, for financial services, because for the moment we see a lot of signs of, let's say, of disintegration, you know. if we want to compete globally, I mean if Europe wants to compete globally, we should to make Europe's financial markets real open financial markets.